Hi there. Welcome, or buckle up for Skip versus Ernestine. This is round 82.
Two.
She is she, I am he, and under the table is the real she who runs this household. Hazel is under the table watching us intently. She will cause chaos before the show is over. I am sure. We thank you all in advance for all the questions and all the comments that flood in from you every week. Couldn't do it without you. You're all over?
No, from all over.
Oh, from all over, yes.
All over the world.
Oh, I thought you said you're all over.
I am all over, but no, the questions are from all over the world.
That is true. And we just, speaking of that, this is at Belly Kez, K-E-Z. Happy birthday to Ernestine. It was last week. Greetings from Greece, says Billy. Skip, watched you since Undisputed Days. Follow you back here in Greece. So we appreciate that, Billy. And by the way, apologies up front. If we don't get to your question or comment, we try to squeeze in as many as possible each week and keep trying. We'll get to you sooner or later, sooner than later. We do.
We go back to them.
We do. So I wanted to thank my wife, Ernestine. Yes.
Who are you talking about?
This was not scripted, but I did shoot a commercial this past Friday. And she went with me. Now, guess who was causing chaos over here? But Ernestine went with me.
Not me, I wasn't causing chaos.
No.
Oh, Hazel.
Hazel's causing chaos, but Hazel did not go to the shoot. In fact, we had to leave Hazel home alone for the longest we've ever left
Macaulay
her.
Culkin.
Like, I don't know, 6 hours alone.
7 hours.
So the commercial
Which
shoot,
is normal for most dogs, but not for her because she's a diva.
it was very near to where we live here in Los Angeles, West Side, where we shot the commercial, and we left at 9:15. Here she is.
Okay, come on up.
Come
on up, you little monkey girl. Hey. She's a monkey girl.
Yeah, here she is. You can see her tail. She's digging. She's already digging. She digs what we're doing.
She digs us. She loves what we do. She digs us, man.
As I was saying.
Anyway, you shot the commercial on the west side,
9:15, we got picked up. We got home at 7 o'clock. It was an ordeal. It was grueling. It was excruciating in moments, but worth it. And we had fun, but I wanted to thank her because she goes, and there must have been in the studio 50 people.
60 people.
I don't know, 50 or 60 people. They were from all over, everywhere. They were from, some of the crew was from Barcelona, believe it or not.
Go sit down.
Details to come on the commercial. It should be
end of the month.
End of the month on your TV screen or your digital screen. But the point is that this is when I value and love her the most because she just takes over the whole studio. And everybody loves Ernestine, and it's just, it makes my life easier, better, more comfortable. I trust her to say, I don't know about that. And I trust her to make everybody comfortable with us and with me because I can be a little intense, and she's my better half, and she's
not intense.
Not as intense, and she got some of it from her mother, but she's even beyond Evelyn in what she can do with her charisma, even though she can be at times a loner where she's happy being by herself.
I like being alone.
But when she turns on her charm in front of 50, 60 people, she just lights up the whole room, and then everybody says, oh yeah, Ernestine, and we got some nice texts, that everybody loved her.
Wow.
And I appreciate that very much. And it made me very happy on Friday night when we got back. I was exhausted, but it was a good day.
Then we walked in and we were afraid to see what maybe Hazel would have peed and pooped all over, but she didn't.
She didn't pee or poop all over. So
we were saved.
Maybe she's growing up some at age 9. We've gotten so many responses, avalanches of responses, agreeing with us about Tony Romo and Sophie Cunningham. We got into that last week. And here's a quick comment. This is a Facebook comment from Joseph Vital, who says, imagine a woman standing up for women's rights and safety in sports and getting booed by women. The WNBA has become a joke. I loved watching the game, but these clowns are ruining it and pushing us away. Well, I did a whole commentary, which I don't think you saw last night, on this whole mess of a WNBA, which has become a race war, a culture war, a sexual identity war, a diva war, and you know how much I love it, because you walk through and you say, again?
I know.
Yeah.
No, I could care less. I'm not
Okay,
a
I know,
fan.
she's not a fan.
I'm not a fan.
And it got to the point where I told her that Enes Kanter, who she did like
did
as
like
an
him. I
NBA
like
player,
him.
he's
I
not
watched
Enes
him and I liked
Kanter,
him.
Freedom is his last
Yeah,
name.
and he came on your show.
He came on Undisputed one time and lit it up for us because
Yeah, I
he's a
liked him.
political activist and very outspoken. And he and Royce White, another former first-round pick in the WNBA, have both declared themselves eligible for the WNBA draft because they're saying that we identify as females.
Right.
Okay. So,
Let it
and
rip.
in reality, Enes Kanter's only 34.
Yeah, it feels like
And
he's
once
played
upon a
forever.
time, he had a year where he averaged 19 points and 10 rebounds. He's 6'10".
Mm-hmm.
Well, can you imagine what this female Enes would do to
Light
the
it up.
WNBA?
Light it
Well,
up.
he would be unstoppable. So they have a transgender issue that they're now trying to resolve. It just goes on and on and on. And it's harder and harder for me to watch the games because it's gotten ugly.
I brought this up the other
Yes.
day, and I don't know if you had planned on bringing this up here, but
That's fine.
I said, if the NFL was on right now, would
Oh, yeah,
people
yeah.
care as much about?
And I warned you
women's
and told
basketball.
you that the WNBA playoffs start in late September, and
I don't
wait a
think-
second, they're going to go up. Surely they wouldn't play a playoff
I
game
really
on
don't
Sunday.
think that the focus would be on as much
Yeah.
right now if NFL was in full bloom and it was games Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think they would really take a back seat. So I think it's just because there's nothing going on
Mm.
right now in the sports world, so this becomes the focus and everything is magnified. That's
No,
what I
but
think.
the WNBA had it going on because of Caitlin Clark's
yeah, but not
arrival,
to that
and now they've
magnitude.
made her a pariah
Right,
and
but-
a target.
But when she was playing and there was basketball that was on or football, the end of football,
That's true.
it still wasn't as big as it is
Okay,
now. My 2
she's
cents.
down on the WNBA
Sorry.
for other reasons.
Yeah, anyway.
I get it. This is Britt from Colorado Springs who says there's a new rom-com, One Night Only, where the concept of the movie is that premarital sex is limited to a single day of the year. This idea comes across as shaming those who choose to have premarital sex. Would love to hear your thoughts on this subject. I hope I understand the concept
Well,
right.
the
Do
movie,
you?
it's almost like it's a, I think it's like it takes place not at the end of the world, but it's almost like Handmaid's Tale type
Okay,
of world.
all right, okay.
So
I didn't research this. I
yeah,
hope you did.
well, I did,
Okay.
but and it's one day out of the year that you're allowed to have sex. And then they meet and they realize the clock is ticking and that they have to, it's either now or never or whatever.
Okay.
But I don't have a problem with people having sex whenever they want to have sex. Married,
Okay.
not married, divorced, not divorced. I don't care. It's part of life, so I don't have a problem with it. That's my
Premarital
2
sex.
cents. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Who's calling you?
Spam.
Spam is calling.
Spam
I know
call.
spam.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to get too deep into this,
No.
but it is a slippery slope because I have often wished, and I've expressed to you, that from a spiritual perspective, I wish that the New Testament had a book of rules where this is exactly what you should do and not do sexually. This is how you should live. And it's just unclear to me. And so I thought about this concept of premarital sex, which I haven't thought about since I was like 16.
Right.
And it depends on situations. It depends if you're both 16, 17, 18, and you fall in love and sex isn't that big a deal to you, because to some people it's just not that big a deal. And you know that you want to have kids with this woman, well then you should wait, because then you could make the strong case that sex was only intended for procreation, right? and
Right, but I don't know a lot of people who think that
okay.
way.
Well, I'm just saying
Oh.
that's one way to look
Oh,
at it, and there
yeah.
are couples where I would highly recommend that you abstain until you're married. The converse of that is that if sex is very important to the man and the woman, or the boy and the girl, that you should test drive. You should, maybe you don't go all the way to intercourse, but maybe you should kiss and touch enough that you know what each other, you know, your vibrations, you know, if you fit, you know, if that works for both of you, right? Because some people might get married and find out they just don't work sexually, right?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, I'm sure
Okay.
that happens, but I don't know. I think it's just more about, I don't look at it spiritually. You look at things
I do.
spiritually, so we have a different outlook on things when that comes to it, but I don't look at it like that. If two people are dating and they have a physical attraction, then it's the natural next step
Okay.
is to have sex. If, you know, I'm not saying if you're 12 years old, but if you're
No, I
dating in a
understand.
relationship and you've been with somebody, I'm not talking about one night stands, because that's a whole different world. One night
That's a whole
stands are
different
one night stands, and sometimes it works for people and they like it, but other times it's got more ramifications when you do a
Yeah.
one night stand with somebody.
More bad
One
than
ends
good.
up liking
Yeah.
somebody, the other one thinks it's just a one night stand, whatever.
Agreed.
But I think I'm okay if people have a relationship and they're really into each other, why not? If they
Okay.
both agree on it.
And obviously, if we take it case by case, if you get older and you get in your 30s and you've been married once before or had several long-term relationships, well, then you meet somebody and you really like that somebody, then obviously premarital sex is like, well,
Part of the deal
okay,
of a relationship.
it's just part of
An
the
intimacy,
relationship.
yeah.
But you've already been married and you've already had sex,
Right.
right? Okay.
Well, I find it hard to find people today that are virgins when they get married if they're in their 30s and 40s,
Yeah.
or
Okay.
even 20s.
All right.
You know, I think a lot of teenagers it's already done that in there.
Okay.
That's what I think. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I just think that you'd be hard pressed to find actual virgins getting married.
Okay. But in my day, and it's been a long time
Yeah.
back, I didn't have intercourse before I got married. But I did do other things. I don't know.
I don't know. I think the world has changed.
Maybe I was fooling myself.
I think you're
right?
fooling
Okay.
yourself.
Okay.
But anyway, I like the two stars in the movie. So.
You do? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She played Joan Baez.
Oh, I know her.
And Bob Dylan, and
All right.
that's
Well, we'll have to check it out, and then maybe
that's
I'll.
Dewey's husband.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Well, then we got to watch one.
We have
Night
to
Only.
watch it.
Is it a movie or
It's a movie,
Okay.
and I like her. I think she's
All
and
right.
she has a great voice.
She does. This is Harry from Detroit, who says Lionsgate announced that shooting for Michael 2 will be starting at the end of the year. I think this is already planned. I think
That was planned when they did the first
That's
one.
true. The controversy around the movie certainly didn't affect its box office success. With the new movie, they're supposedly hitting on the legal issues that they did not touch upon in the first one. Do you feel audiences will embrace the new Michael again or reject, given that the movie is supposed to hit on the legal issues?
I think they should just leave the legal stuff out, really. Let's just do, if you want to do about his life and his singing and his great career and
Yeah.
great albums, and I think the legal stuff needs to be left out.
Well, we talked about this
Yeah,
as the first one was
Yeah.
hitting theaters, and I know what allegedly happened. I know what allegedly didn't happen.
Right.
I've read it all, and does it make me like Michael Jackson less? It does
No.
not, because he was obviously, with no debate,
one
an
of the greatest
all-time great
talented
entertainer,
people ever.
all-time great
Yeah.
as an artist, as a songwriter, as a performer, on and on and on. And I think we could all agree with that, right?
Hands down.
Even back to his teenage days,
Jackson
his
5.
baby days with the Jackson 5.
Oh.
He was just gifted.
Beyond.
did he have some demons and some? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
I know, but
Okay.
he didn't bring it to
Okay.
his singing ability.
All right.
I mean,
Okay, so I give it up. I deal with
Yeah.
superstar athletes all the time. They all have flaws and demons and issues and yuck going on
yeah,
to some degree in their lives. And does that mean you can't be entertained by their performances?
Right.
No, not at all. Do they belong in the halls of fame? Yeah, they do. Okay? So I don't need to see, unless you can present it as a conflict for him in Michael 2 that haunted him. Somehow you portray how haunted he was by it. But I don't know that he was haunted by it.
I don't want to see it.
All right.
I'm down for it, not as in bad. I don't
Okay.
want to see it.
No, I got it. Okay, this is Harry from Houston via email. The new Spider-Man became the fastest movie to reach $500 million. Would you ever guess this would be the movie to do it?
I'm
Okay.
not surprised. Everybody loves Spider-Man,
Okay,
and it's probably one of the bigger summer box office hits.
yeah. Well,
Right.
right now it's the biggest,
Yeah.
as in fastest, although obviously
Odyssey.
the prices of movies keep going up.
I don't know
so
how
it's-
much money Odyssey made, but
Well, according to this question,
yeah.
it was the fastest movie
Yeah,
to reach
so
the
I
500
guess
mark. So maybe
People
it out.
live for Spider-Man. They can't wait for Spider-Man. They love the whole
Okay.
chain. It's
All right.
fine. I don't have a problem with
But
it.
to me, it had a built-in drawing card, or I should say cards,
Yeah.
in that
Tom and
you've got
Zendaya.
Tom and Zendaya, who
Just
the-
got married. Or,
they're fairy tale in the movie and
Yeah.
in real life,
Which
right?
is great. I
They're
love it.
real life fairy tale.
Yeah.
And so it has a built-in appeal because there's kind of an inside joke going on for the moviegoers because, they're actually married in real life.
Yeah.
And it's just a little more intriguing to watch their on-screen chemistry,
yeah.
which I assume we haven't seen it yet. We will. I like Spider-Man,
Me too.
but I think the superstardom of those two as a dynamic duo would get this to 500 million faster than just whoever the next Spider-Man
No, I
was,
think-
right?
The two of them together
Yeah.
added extra punch to it.
Yeah, so to me, that was the secret of this
Yeah.
one. And by the way, I saw something funny.
There was
Let me
a ton
pull
of
this
press,
up.
pre-press for
Well,
that.
that helps,
Because
but
both
they
of
can
them.
do it. They,
And I like both of them.
and by the way, you brought up the point to me.
Yeah.
They got married
In the chateau in
spectacularly,
Yeah.
but quietly.
Oh, I love that.
And
They're
as
two
opposed
major
to-
superstars. We know who the other
Who the
two
others
are that
are.
didn't. But they kept it quiet. They got married. Nobody even knew. They were walking around with wedding bands on, and I think that is the coolest
That's the
and
way
greatest
to
thing.
fly.
Yeah, I mean they are huge stars, each one, and they don't feel they wanted to have some privacy. Well, gee, that's a concept.
Well,
Why do we have to have privacy if we're superstars? We should do it at the garden.
coming to theaters near you soon will be the wedding movie.
Right.
Featuring you know who and you know who,
Uh-huh.
and it will be the fastest to 500 million because the Swifties will annihilate the box
Oh my God,
office.
they'll be-
They will just,
They
they
forget
will
it.
line up,
Beyond.
yes, around 3 blocks, right, waiting to
Yes.
get in. It'll be like the Odyssey, only worse.
Worse. They'll have to show it in every theater, back to back to back. I have to take this hair off your shirt
sorry.
because it's driving me crazy. Okay,
thank you.
there we go.
What would I do without
There
you?
we go. Nice.
Quick question from Moteo, period, 02. Skip, would LeBron make a better Spider-Man than Jordan?
Oh,
I thought
that's
that was a
interesting.
funny question.
That's interesting.
Well, yes, he would, because he's much softer than Jordan. And Spider-Man in real life, in the movie, the Peter Parker
Yeah.
character is soft and
Right,
sort of
he's-
meek, and
yeah.
right? And Jordan was a badass. So
Right.
Jordan's already Spider-Man. Like
Right.
he doesn't need to get bitten by
Yeah,
a spider
no.
to become superhuman. he's
He
already
is.
bitten,
He's already-
like he's
yeah.
himself. He's Spider-Man. So LeBron, even though he's 6'9", playing kind of a timid, wimpy guy off, you know, with his spider webs, LeBron would be a better Spider-Man.
Okay.
That was a funny answer from me, actually. By the way, I
Okay.
saw another funny comment. If I can find it. Hold on.
This?
No, I was
Oh.
going to get to that in a second. I'll
Oh.
find it. You printed something. Oh, here it is. This is from @407 Keith Evans. Lil Wayne should be the next Spider-Man. We were
that's
talking about who
good.
should be the next Spider-Man.
Wayne
I'd watch
would
Wayne.
be great.
He would be funny. It'd be good.
Wayne has a super body.
Although he gets blasted around the
That's
internet
ridiculous
because
that
it's
it's fake,
somehow
but
fake. But
very-
no,
We have known Wayne for a long time, and the first day we've met Wayne's
Yeah.
body is he is solid as a
I
rock.
don't know
He's not
exactly
that
how
big,
he does it, but he
is-
skateboards like a lunatic.
and his workout on stage is so. And Wayne eats well. He's got a
He's
chef.
got his own chef, and he does
So-
know how to eat.
Yes.
He gets the right
He is-
dietary rules.
His body rocks.
Yeah, quick question that we didn't include. I'm
Yeah.
going to throw it in real
Yeah.
quick here. This is Dom from Memphis.
Yeah.
Amazon released a trailer for its new John Madden
Oh
biopic.
yeah.
It looks great, all caps. Skip, covering the Raiders like you did. I did. Do you like that they cast Nicolas Cage to play Madden? So I did watch this trailer
Oh,
the
yeah.
other night while you were sitting with me,
Yeah.
and it's not very long, but I think we agreed on this premise. Look, I knew John Madden. I was around him, I don't know, a good bit. I knew him on camera, off camera. I don't need a portrayal of John Madden. I don't need fictional. I knew real. So to me, Nicolas Cage is known for playing over-the-top caricature characters.
All right.
And that's how it came across to me, and no offense to Dom, you know, if
But there are people that don't know. I mean, I remember watching him on TV, but I never met the man. So for us people that don't know him, but I don't know how Nicolas Cage doesn't look like him. Does he?
well, they're trying to
Oh, because
jowl him out a little
because
bit, and
I would never
a
think
fake
that they would cast
tummy
him
on.
as John Madden. He doesn't look like him at all.
Dom, forgive me, but it just didn't ring true to me. It wasn't like I watched the trailer and I thought, bingo, you got him. Like, we got into an
I mean,
argument.
John Candy looked more like
That's true. That's a good one.
Madden.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately,
Unfortunately, he's not
that's
here,
gonna
but-
work. We got into a fight the other night, sitting right here on this couch.
oh, you and me.
Yeah, where she came in having cooked dinner.
Yeah, cooked dinner in the
Cooked
microwave.
dinner.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she comes in, and I was just flipping around waiting for her to come in. And the movie The Doors was on from like 1991 or whenever it was, and it's Oliver Stone.
Val
Well,
Kilmer, Meg Ryan,
yeah.
Kevin Dillon.
whew. And she claims I forced her to sit through the
I've
whole
seen
thing.
it.
I think we've just
I've
seen bits
seen
and
it.
pieces
Well,
together.
I've
but
seen it before.
But I start watching, and I made the point that Val Kilmer is just nailing Jim Morrison, and then I'm saying to myself, but wait a second, I didn't know Jim Morrison. I know the Doors, but I didn't have social media. I didn't have looks into his life.
No.
And I never saw him in concert.
I mean, I know people. Ann Moses, my client,
Yeah,
she covered
Okay.
she covered Jim Morrison at Whiskey A Go Go,
Yeah,
and,
no,
and has met him, and so there are some people we know that know
Okay,
knew him.
but I don't have a feel, even though I like some of the Doors catalog. Then all of a sudden we had a tiff because I'm watching a little more and a little more. And
well, then he
it's-
starts reciting the lines from
Okay, I
the
did
movie,
one
and it's
line.
Saturday
I did-
night,
I
and
did
I
one
didn't feel
line.
like watching The Doors because I
Okay.
just didn't
All
feel
right.
like watching an old movie like that for my Saturday night.
okay.
And
So
then I said I was not a Doors fan.
she suddenly
appreciate-
pipes up and says she's not a Doors fan.
I don't
I'm
like.
what?
I mean,
So she's
again,
blasting
I
what I'm
appreciate. I love Jim Morrison. I love his whole being, his magical being of who he was, the way he dressed. I thought he was one of the sexiest guys ever. But I'm not a big Doors fan music-wise. I would not go and put on a Doors CD or album. My brother did. I lived with my brother. My brother loved all that
Yeah.
world of music. so I appreciate the music, but I'm not somebody who would go put the Doors on. So, but I like the whole idea of the band.
I gave her this because we got mad briefly.
He got mad. I just said, why is it that when I don't like a movie,
with me, but
when I don't like a movie, he threw the remote at me.
No,
He
here,
said,
I said, "You pick
Here,
it."
said, you pick
okay,
it.
I wasn't trying to watch the rest of the movie because I
We
told
would end
you,
up watching the rest of the
No, we would not
movie.
because I don't like it. Once they get to New York, it just gets dark and creepy, and Oliver Stone's doing these weird drug,
Psychedelic
yeah,
stuff.
where they're with the Indian guide.
And I like Val Kilmer, and actually a friend of ours who works with the Doors Legacy said that Val actually did not give up the character when he lived for being
Method
Jim
acting.
Morrison.
Yeah.
And it was hard to break that character for him.
Okay, and he is very good in
He's
this.
excellent
even
in
though
that.
the movie just goes completely off the rails. But he
For
went off the
Oliver
rails.
Stone, I mean, that was
Okay,
his
that's just
thing.
okay. But then it snapped me to reality, and she says she's not a Doors fan, and I'm like, that's blasphemy.
I know.
And then I start thinking, wait a second, and I start trying to name the Doors songs that I love.
Right.
And it starts with L.A. Woman, and it goes to a more obscure one, Crystal Ship, and then it goes to even more obscure one, Peace Frog. And I'm thinking, that's it. That's all. And it's mostly L.A. Woman. So then I look up, I just Google for, best Doors song ever, and they're ranked 1 through 20, and 17 of them I don't like. And she makes the point, he's it. He is the Doors, just his mystique and his troubled
whole
persona
aura.
and his craziness on stage, because he was a lunatic on stage. He
was.
exposed himself in wherever it was, Miami.
He just had a
got
style,
arrested in Hartford.
but he had style, and he had
Well, he just had
looks.
an FU-ness to him.
He
right?
did. He had a hard. He was rock and roll. He was a rock star.
He did have a good voice, and I thought they were
Yeah.
a tight band
Their
around
band was
him.
great. I just was not a fan of the music.
Okay, so the point is, okay, that worked for me only because I didn't know enough about, but I know too much about John Madden. Now we've gone from
Right, but
Jim Morrison to John
We
Madden.
don't know a lot. Us people that are not sports people,
Okay,
like
all right.
in the business.
Well,
So I
Be my
think that
guest.
people should watch it.
I may just say no to that one.
I think you should watch it.
Okay. And by the way, one quick other, I didn't get to this one,
Yeah.
about Tom Holland.
Yeah.
This is at Manny_Hustle, who said, after this weekend, Tom Holland will be the centerpiece for the next decade. So it could be.
I don't know. He's earned it. He is a talented
You,
guy.
You like his talent. He hasn't seized me yet.
Well,
where
it's
I
not
say,
as though
"Oh,
he
wow,
should
that's-"
be. He's going to take over Al Pacino, but
Well,
he still has. He's up there with the Timothy Chalamet world.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Which brings us to Skip and Ernestine go to the movies on this couch, as we just
Recliner,
mentioned.
but yes,
What's that?
I'm on the recliner, but you're on the couch.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's true. She's over on the recliner.
Yeah.
We did watch the season finale of her favorite show, like in history,
In history.
Sugar. Sorry, Hazel.
Very
Just
sad.
kicked
It's
Hazel.
ended for the season.
Yeah, and go ahead and tell us what you
Oh,
thought
it
of
just
the
was
finale.
great. Colin Farrell is so good.
He can do no wrong in your eyes.
He can do no wrong in my eyes. I'm sorry. I love Colin Farrell, and I think that the show was. Forget the alien part of it. Just forget the
can't.
alien part.
You
It's not
can't.
just about the alien.
It's all about aliens.
no.
The whole finale ends with the grand finale of his sister is an alien, and he finds his
Right, but-
long lost sister.
Right, but beyond that, there was the whole thing about the boxer. If you found the boxer's brother, I don't know. If you don't like it, why do you watch it?
I like him.
So, but you criticize it.
Because you like it, and I'm going to watch it for your sake.
But then you really rag on it. So then, what fun is it for me? Because I like it. I don't
okay.
hear ragging.
I got a rag on the finale. I didn't think it was great. I think he's great. But as it turns out, this mystery woman that you thought was an evil woman, and you were kind
Oh
of
yeah,
right.
she was evil.
She was a turncoat.
Yeah.
But she's actually, we don't want to spoil
No,
it. Okay.
because people haven't watched it really.
Okay. But But there's a thing where he reunites with his sister.
Yeah.
And she's an alien too. And then, without giving her away, she's plotting.
She's bad.
She's evil. Okay.
And what the whole thing is, because I've watched enough interviews with Colin Farrell because I'm obsessed with him, but he's saying that the whole thing, even he's an alien, it's trying to find good in people. That he's saying people, when you boil it down, have good in them.
That's true.
And he shows LA as being, there's a dark side of LA and there's a good side of LA.
That's true.
And that's why in the finale they bring back Cromwell. James Cromwell?
Mm-hmm.
Because he was in the first season, plays the director, and he says you got the Lakers, and he mentions like 4 or 5 different LA. Yeah. And they show it. You like LA more than I do, so you should like it.
I like LA woman because.
He should have said you have the Lakers and LA
what's
woman.
The classic line? Are you a lucky little lady in the city of light, or just another lost angel? City at night. Okay, so that's kind of what Colin Farrell is saying, is that he's looking for the lucky little lady in the city of light, or it's full of lost angels, right?
Yeah, that's why Charles Manson had the family.
Okay, so now we've gone to Charles Manson.
Yeah, right? That's why they were all lost.
She's become obsessed with Charles Manson.
I've always been obsessed with Charles Manson.
He didn't even kill anybody. I don't know.
No, he didn't. I don't even know how he got to be in jail because he never took the knife.
He was found responsible.
He should have. They should have killed him in jail, but that never happened.
So we stumbled upon another little ditty of a movie.
Hazel, she's making me sick when she has to lick your hand.
Hazel, you gotta wait. You gotta wait.
Hazel, stop. Just cool it.
Just hang on. Okay.
I don't know, but you have to
feel like we're at the drive-in movie.
Stick your hand in her face, and she has to lick it, and she's like. Anyway.
Okay, so this movie's called Outcome, starring her other sex idol, Keanu Reeves, who can do no wrong. He can just walk on the screen. If he's just on screen, she's like, oh.
Love Keanu. I don't know. Colin is beating Keanu at this point. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Alien or not alien, Colin
has it. So Outcome was written by Jonah Hill and probably somebody else, but Jonah Hill plays a caricature of an agent.
Yeah, it's so
like
good.
Like a crisis
This
lawyer.
was a movie we kept looking, saying, "Oh, this looks probably stupid. We're not going to watch
Diaz,
this."
Drew Barrymore, David Spade.
It's good.
Yeah, it's quirky.
It exposes the crazy life of Hollywood, especially
with social media.
In social media,
how social media has impacted Hollywood stars and created paranoia in Hollywood stars. Because there's an alleged secret out there that Keanu, through his crisis lawyer, Jonah Hill, is being asked to pay lots of money.
Ransom.
Yes, ransom money to suppress.
Right? And meanwhile, he was a child star. So he was like a 4-year-old child star that would go on The Tonight Show and sing and dance. And then he grows up and he still is considered the child star. And now he doesn't know how to get around this craziness. Yeah.
Keanu is funny to me because he has real movie star presence to him. It's why he works for John Wick, because there's not a whole lot of dialogue necessary. It's mostly action.
He can kick your butt.
He can kick your butt, and he can make you believe as you watch that he could kick your butt or shoot your butt. And it was hard for me to embrace him as a big movie star in this movie Outcome.
I had no problem.
Okay, because you just think he's hot.
No, I think there's more to him than just being good looking.
Is sort of halting in his
But that's how he is.
You know?
He's in Point Break. If you never saw Point Break, he was like that with Patrick Swayze. He was like that in Walk Among the Clouds or whatever that movie was. He was like that in every.
Think that.
That's him. I mean, here we go.
I don't know. Could you become a big, charismatic movie star like that?
Yes,
I don't know.
because he was playing a role and he was a kid.
Okay.
Anyway, it's really funny, and it's funny, and it's very truthful to what this world out here is.
It was a good inside Hollywood.
Jonah Hill is great.
He is great in this role.
He's so good.
Drew Barrymore.
Cameron Diaz was great.
David Spade was very convincing.
And I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I
He
don't
played
know.
the other friend.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now
you
I
looked
knew
him
him.
up, and I don't know.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay,
It's
that's
a good
fine.
cast, but you should watch it.
And then we stumbled upon another little rare gem for me called Man of War.
Oh, yeah, this was one I watched 10% of.
She watched about 4% of it.
Yeah,
Like
blood
this.
and guts, but he likes it.
It featured LaMonica Garrett, who we first noticed for real in 1883 because he has a pivotal, crucial role in 1883.
He's one hot guy.
And he is an all-time stud that in Lioness, which we'll get to in just a moment, his role is meager.
Yeah, but
It's
you
just
kind of
here and
notice
there.
him
Yeah,
still.
You notice him. But she looked up dimensions, 6'2", 235.
Yeah.
Weightlifter by trade, who loves to lift
6'2" and
weight.
a half, yeah.
And
Family man.
family man,
Jesus Christ.
okay,
Yeah.
he's a spiritual man. And I really like him.
Yeah,
and
me
he
too. I
has
like him
real
too.
presence. And this was your typical, it's almost like a Taken, where his niece has fallen into the trap of, she's been caught by the Russians in Ukraine. And he's got to go into the fighting in Ukraine to rescue her with a team.
Right.
So it's kind of Taken-esque, and he's
It's
one
good.
bad what.
Yeah, he is. But you think he can really do it because
She
you
made
would,
the point when it was over, I think this movie sets the record, the all-time record for bullets shot.
it's like remember Talladega Nights when they show the cars
are
flipping
going
over and you
and
just
they go to commercial.
yeah,
and
they
come back and
that's
do
how
stuff
this
like
was.
Yeah.
I could go in the kitchen, get something to drink, come back, and the bullets are still flying. It's like after a while, I said, "Can you turn the volume down?" It was so loud, and the bullets are flying.
They got grenades. In the end, they got a tank. They're just shooting and shooting and shooting some more.
But Jason Patrick is in it, who I also love.
That's true.
He's on the ground in Virginia or somewhere. He's like,
I don't know where he is.
he's somewhere, but he's watching where they should go. Okay, go to the left, whatever. And then the other guy who I love, who was in
His name's
John
Howard.
Wick.
I don't. Oh, you mean
French-
the bad guy? Yeah,
the French guy who
No, he was the villain in John Wick and in Atomic Blonde, especially.
who's great, but he's also he's a stunt guy.
He's a stunt guy and a martial
Oh,
artist
my
by
God,
trade.
he's
and
incredible.
He's a bad, you know what?
Yeah.
So they clash.
It was
fight.
great. If you like badass movies.
Let me just say, LaMonica Garrett was named after a famous football quarterback way before everybody's time named Daryl LaMonica. He grew up in Oakland, San Francisco, Oakland. And I just really like him. And he's 50 plus years of age.
51. Yeah.
And I hope this movie detonates his career.
I think he could be a
because
Bond. I think he could be James Bond. He is.
he's a movie star.
Yeah, he is.
And if
He
you
has-
haven't checked him out, maybe you see bits and pieces in Lioness and whatever. If you know 1883, you definitely know him. But
He's up there with Idris Elba and Sterling K. Brown. To me,
that's
he's
true. He is.
But he could be Bond. He
He
has
has stature. He
He
has
does.
power.
and he's a really good
He has
actor.
presence. He was really good in this tiny little movie.
Yeah.
That they spent a lot on ammunition.
Oh my
That's all I
God.
know.
Yeah.
So, Man of War.
Yeah.
This is Sharon from Wichita, Kansas.
Wait, did we finish? Did we talk about?
Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't get to
do
Lioness.
Lioness.
I'm sorry, I was going to do Lioness and I didn't write it down. So we did watch episode 2 of season 3.
Right.
And we have one issue. We liked it just fine. It
Yeah,
was good.
I do like Lioness. I really do.
But Zoe Saldana's character, at the end of episode 1, she gets taken by bad people, Russians. And we open episode 2 and she's got the bag over her head, and then they torture her and they say, "Where's your locator?" And she says, "I don't wear it. We don't do locators." And they finally torture her into saying
Where it is.
where it is, and she gets it. I don't okay.
Yeah, it's
I'm
just
gonna
torture
spoiler
scene,
alert.
but whatever.
Then all of a sudden, we go kind of back in time, but then I think we come back to real
Back to
time,
real.
and I don't know how, but
She's
help
back in
us
their
out.
house.
she's back. And we're like
she
how
hasn't
did she
even-
escape? How did she escape?
She
She's
hasn't
back
been
on.
beat up or anything. She's just sitting up on the stairwell. I don't know. They
Did
left
we
out a
miss something?
scene or something.
It's almost like a scene got
They
cut
did. They had to. They left
whereby
out a
she
scene.
escaped her captors.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. So we just had to give it up and just.
Or they
go with
released
it.
her, or something happened, and,
I don't know.
we cannot. Here's little Hazel.
We can't figure
She
out
said,
how
Hey,
she got back home.
Hey.
They never. We didn't see them drop her off. But whatever.
I don't know, but of all the Taylor Sheridan stuff we've watched, there's never been a glitch unless we
Oh, I
just
forgot.
completely swung and missed
No.
on it. Maybe we started talking about something.
No, I
and
don't think we were
know
doing
what
that.
happened. I don't
Anyway.
know, but
But
we
it's
like
worth
the episode
watching, yeah.
just fine. It's definitely worth watching.
Nicole Kidman is in it.
She's always in it.
Yep, she's in
And
it.
you think she's like
She's got like an android thing. It's like
she's an alien.
she's like an
right?
alien in this. I don't know what it is. She just has no movement in her face.
But her
No.
face, according to you, and her
Yeah.
best friend's a
Yeah,
dermatologist, and
dermatologist,
she's always talking
Francesca.
about how much work and
People
how
have,
much this
yeah.
and that. It's
Face,
okay,
she
you gotta-
has
you gotta
had a
wait.
lot of-
You gotta wait.
Hey, Hazel, cool it, cool
gotta
it, cool
wait.
it.
She says,
She's
"I'm
had a
getting
lot
bored with
of
this
work on
Nicole
her
talk."
face. But
She just
she's just very
and she's-
frozen.
upright arrow, you know,
Yeah.
and she looks like she weighs about, you weigh 96, she
Yeah.
might weigh 80.
And she's
5'.
5'10". I'm only 5'5".
Yeah,
so.
she's a stick figure,
Yeah.
and she's
just-
going on 60 years of age, and she is fighting with all of her might to stay young, right?
I guess it's the game.
Once the game you gotta play. She works hard, I give her that.
Yeah, she's everywhere.
But she plays a cold-blooded bitch.
She's
of a
good for that
character.
role, I
Yeah, she is
guess.
good. I think that's who she is, actually.
Yeah.
Right? This is Sharon from Wichita, who says Hulu is releasing a new reality series with Khloe Kardashian. Ernestine is the biggest Kardashian fan.
Right.
Haha. If you were forced to watch a reality series based around one of the daughters, which one would you pick, Ernestine?
Rob
That's not a
Kardashian.
she.
No, I like
She
the
picked
brother.
the he.
I like the brother.
Okay.
I did watch the reality show when it first came on a million years ago, and the brother to me was the most normal and sane.
Okay.
And they don't treat the brother that way. They treat him like he's Marilyn Munster from the Munsters. If anybody has ever watched the Munsters, Marilyn was the normal one, and they used to feel bad for her and say,
They
"Oh, how
thought she was a
unattractive
freak,
she is."
right?
You know, she's like this beautiful blonde
Yeah.
because they were monsters. But Rob Kardashian, I feel bad. He is as normal as one can be living in that world. He did marry that woman, China, and a child with her. But I feel bad that Rob is overlooked, and he doesn't get. Maybe he doesn't want it. I think he wishes he probably wasn't born into that world. So he's the Kardashian I would pick to hang around with.
Okay, so on ages,
Yeah.
Courtney is the oldest at 47 years of age now.
Yeah.
Kim is 45.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I didn't look up Chloe. I'm not sure.
I think
Is she
she's.
the next? I don't know.
I think she's somewhere along there. I'd have
Okay.
to look her up.
Kylie is the youngest, but she has turned 30 years of age. And then Kendall,
Yes.
the mom, is now 70 years of age.
Right. Right.
Kim is worth $2 billion. Kylie is worth $700 million.
Crazy.
Chloe.
Yeah. She is 42.
42. Okay, so she's the third oldest.
Yeah.
Behind Courtney
Yeah.
and Kim.
Yes.
Well, not that anybody cares, but if I had to pick one, you know who I would pick.
Kim?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll just pick
okay.
Kim. I think Kim has more talent than you give her credit for, even if it's just the talent of being Kim. But she has presence to her. She just, I don't know, and she has sex appeal to me.
Well, if I had to pick one
Take,
of the sisters,
what's the difference between Keanu and Kim? They're the same sort of.
Keanu Reeves?
Yeah. Well, Kim is my Keanu. She doesn't say a
Oh,
lot.
I don't care about
She
that.
just
I thought you
is.
were comparing Kim to Keanu. Like, I think he's a little bit more talented in the acting.
I don't know.
Oh,
He
please.
just
oh.
is.
Okay, then you could watch the series when and if it ever comes back where she plays the lawyer.
I thought it was pretty good.
Oh,
I told you it was pretty good.
Well, I guess the ratings were that you were the only one that watched it, but Nielsen ratings, Skip won. Anyway,
Okay.
enough of the Kardashians.
All right. Liza from Pittsburgh says in a New York Times op-ed, David Ellison wrote that CNN is the root cause of the battle over the Warner/Discovery merger, and said that he will vow to play it, quote unquote, down the middle. So with Xfinity leaning very left with owning MSNBC, and then Fox, of course, going full right with their news channels, do you think there should be a greater concern over these media empires controlling the news and how it's covered? So we did discuss this.
Well, we talked about it. I mean, I'm a big CBS person, news, the morning shows, and ever since he took over, and then we brought in Weiss, who axed everybody.
Yeah.
I think that they're just running it not the way that it once was run, to deliver the news. When the days of Walter Cronkite and all these great newscasters
David
were there,
Brinkley,
David Brinkley and Diane Sawyer, and you can go on and on and on. And now it's become such a big business as opposed to just doing what they need to do and is delivering the news, that it's a sad state of affair.
Yep.
And I don't know where it goes after this.
So what Ernestine and I talked about the other night is that we both grew up a while back, me much farther back than she,
Also,
and we basically grew up with 3 networks. If you boil it all down, it was CBS and ABC and NBC, and we grew up trusting that each of the 3 would, as David Ellison wrote, play it down the middle, where you could fully trust that when they delivered the news, they were all battling to be objective.
Yeah.
Where that was the sole goal of each of the 3 news networks, was to give it to you as straight as they could give it to you.
That was it.
As precise and concise as
And
they
real.
could, and real. They were going to nail it for you, all 3, and you could pick and choose which anchor you appreciated the most, if it was Cronkite or David Brinkley or whoever. And we've lost that completely,
It doesn't
where
exist anymore.
in the battle for ratings, you have to differentiate. You have to go that way, or you have to go way that way.
Right.
So
Right.
we'll take this crowd, and you can have that crowd over there.
Because they're going
right?
to lean the way that they want.
Yeah.
And then
And
alter the
CNN
story.
went this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Went way this way, and David Ellison is saying that he is going to play it down the middle with CNN, right?
CBS.
But
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's CNN, yeah.
yeah, he'll vow to play it down the
Yeah.
middle. Okay, so I'm not sure there's any down the middle left. It just seems like that you
You-
have to pick a side now, right?
You know what's more real is local television.
Yeah, that's
Local television, to an extent, is
Yeah.
because they're only reporting on what local
Yeah.
problems are happening. So they can't really fabricate it too much, and they can't go to the left and they can't go to the right, because they're really just talking about what's happening. The local, fire
Yeah.
department had to come to the store because it's on fire. So you can't fake that, and you can't make that up.
Okay.
That's where the real news is more than in national,
Yeah.
I think.
And you watch a good
watch a
bit
lot
in
of
the morning.
news.
You
I
watch
watch-
the morning.
I watch morning. I watch every channel in the morning.
Okay. You
Cable
just keep
and
going.
keep
you
flipping when there's a
flipping.
commercial. I watch everything, but I don't think that you can just rely on local TV to give you the greater scope of news. And then I watch MSNBC. I watch CNN. But I don't. I think that it's gone so far. It used to be CNN was where you went to get hard news.
That's true.
CNN was it,
And then it wasn't it.
and it's not.
It went way left.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Fox is if you Fox, it's
Way
Fox.
left.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Haley from LA, speaking of. To promote their new movie, The Last House, Netflix is having a man living inside a furnished billboard above Sunset Boulevard. Ernestine, being the PR queen that you are, she is.
Yes.
Is this the greatest idea ever or the absolute worst?
Oh, it was a great idea, and it's not that original because we've done crazy things when I worked at the PR agencies that I worked at. But this was from this August 6th through the 8th. They had the guy living in a built-out billboard above Sunset, and he would get up in the morning and open up the curtains. He had his bathrobe on. He's making a cup of coffee, and then it was just
But
one by
He
one.
would whiteboard.
Yeah, he couldn't speak,
questions,
so
yeah.
people would be pointing
But
up
but
there.
isn't that the thrust of the movie? It's
Well, the
apocalyptic
movie is supposed to
and
be
they're all
that,
trapped
yeah, and that there's one
inside.
last family, and so they focus on the one family that they're trapped in their house and they can't get out. But the funny thing is that when Rotten Tomatoes gave it a mediocre review, now because this guy is up there, the ratings are going up and up because people are curious. And I watched on the local news, they're interviewing people looking up, and somebody said, I read about this, so I wanted to come down and see it. Now I want to go see the movie. And somebody said, hey, I want to know who his agent is, because I'm an actor too, and I didn't get a job like this, so it's crazy. But we've done stunts where people trying to promote a department store. You have somebody living in the window in the department store.
Yep.
When I first worked for one of my top agencies in the world, we had a wedding take place at Dunkin' Donuts because the two people getting married, they love Dunkin' Donuts, and so that I got more coverage on that on CNN over Princess Di getting married.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, it's true.
Over Princess
When
Di getting married?
people were watching the segment, yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, but they're crazy things, but you get press out of them. So I say it was good.
It's like they say about the National Football League and strategy.
Yeah.
Nothing is new.
Uh-huh.
And this
It's
is
not. It's old.
This is just an old idea refurbished.
Yeah.
Right? They refurbished the house.
Yeah.
And I think it worked.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I think that
And
movie
so
probably got a lot of press off of it.
It was a good new old idea.
It was.
And way to go.
There's no original ideas.
There's
just
no
all-
more original ideas for movies,
TV.
films. No. This is Dan from Las Vegas who says, a woman in the apartment below me just moved in, and God, is she a pain. She must have the most sensitive ears ever because she bitches and complains the moment I turn on my TV.
That is horrible.
How should I approach? Should I talk to her and find a happy medium, or just go to the super and say, I've lived here for 10 years and no one has complained before?
Oh, my sister just went through this. Her
Joyce.
car broke her tire. She got a flat tire. She walked out to get into her garage. Her tire was flat. So it was 7 o'clock in the morning, and she came in, she called me, and she was really upset. I can't go to work today. She's calling AAA to come and whatever. So then she was going downstairs to meet with AAA, and she said her neighbor, who is kind of a wacko, came up to her and said, can I talk to you? And my sister said, yes. She said, you were making so much noise this morning at 7 a.m. You woke me up. I was trying to sleep. So my sister said, well, I'm very sorry, but I was very upset. She said, well, that's really rude to do. And I said, you should just tell her you don't own the apartment building, and I don't care if you're trying to sleep at 7 a.m.
I think Joyce is mostly mouse quiet.
Joyce is very quiet. She takes her shoes off. She never wears shoes. Joyce doesn't play her TV loud. This woman's a wacko. And so Joyce said, well, I'm sorry. You know what? This is why everybody in this apartment building says they don't like you. Now I don't like you too. So that was what happened. And then Joyce called me later and she said, I feel so bad. I should apologize to her. I said, I wouldn't apologize to her. But then she knocked on her door and she said, I'm very sorry. I had a very bad morning. And the woman said, oh, yeah, that's okay. That was her story. I would not have apologized. And I have lived in apartment buildings in New York City most of my life. And I've had kids on the other side of the wall crying where I would have to bang on the wall and
I
say, hey.
experienced that in your apartment.
Yes. And then I would write the note to them and they would just laugh at me. They'd be like, well, we're having another baby. Pretty soon you're going to have to deal with 2 kids. You live in an apartment building, it is what it is. You don't live in your own house. And people, you have to put up with crap and people have to put up with crap from you. That's the way it is. Right?
I've also lived in many places, many apartment-like settings.
Yes.
And it's a constant
It's terrible.
battle. it's just
Whether
a
somebody is
constant battle.
cooking really smelly
Well,
food
that happens
or
a
smelling,
lot.
you
Yeah.
don't like pot, they're smoking pot, but making noise. You know, every somebody's walking above your head. It's just the horrible fact of living in an apartment building.
We are blessed now. We're in a condominium, but it is in a structure
It's an apartment
of
setting, but they call
apartment-like.
them condos out
And
here.
so we're on the top floor, so we don't have anybody above us.
No.
But it's really quiet.
It's
in
quiet
here,
except for when we
except
first
for once upon
moved
a
in.
time. Yeah,
You had your treadmill, you were
I
running on your
I
treadmill.
defeated that, but the
guy came
weightlifting.
from, you were
I
dropping
was,
weights.
I was dropping the weight.
And then one day there was a knock at the door and I opened the door and he goes to me, well, you know, we hear you and it's rocking our dining room.
He said it's
Yeah.
shaking their dining
And I
room
said
like
to
it's
him,
an
well,
earthquake.
I'm very sorry, but the woman that lived here before was 95 years old
She
and
was.
you're used to somebody not making noise. What can I tell you? If you don't like it, then you can move. He went and he fixed it. He got a pad and then that way he didn't drop his weights anymore.
I just became conscious of it because I don't think it was that dramatic, but
No.
but I was conscious.
Then they
and-
became our
and
friends.
They became our friends after that.
Yeah, but it's hard. Living in an apartment building, it's
So-
the worst.
To Dan in Las Vegas, I would do. He said the two options. I would do the two-pronged approach. The first option is talk to her and see if you could find some happy medium, and if she's just not talkable, if she's
Yeah.
just one of those.
Lunatic.
Yeah, then you should go to the super and say, I've lived here
Oh,
for
I
10
would do
years and
that.
I've never had a single complaint.
I would definitely do that. I would go to
Yeah.
the super. I would just say, I don't know what her problem is, but
Because if you can't watch your TV at sort of moderate,
I mean, what are you supposed to
Volume.
do? I mean, unless you're blasting it where it's,
you're supposed to wear
oh please.
earplugs to, I mean.
Some people are just they don't want they think it's their own apartment. I mean, they
Their own
live
building,
by
yeah.
themselves in the
Yeah,
building.
yeah.
So I feel for him.
So do I. I feel for your sister. I hope that works.
Yeah. Oh, she's a wacko, the woman. So
Okay.
learn to
Well,
live with them all.
I hope she watches our
I hope so too.
podcast because she just gave her a piece of her mind
Yeah.
through this.
Yeah. Don't fight with my sister. I'll take care
And
of her.
crazy lady, if you want a piece of her, she's
Yeah,
she's
and
here.
also
Come
I'm
and
going to
knock
take
on
care
our
of the
door.
woman for Dan in Vegas.
She,
Send her my way, Dan.
yeah, she will put her back in her
She
place.
will move immediately and not say anything. Anyway,
And that is it for round
That's it.
82. We will see you next
see you
week.
next
If
week.
in fact we're still speaking,
if I
you
like him,
never
I
know.
keep him here. Okay. Peace out. Bye.